And trying to scale it out with the Eldron, coming through the brand new entrance on this right hand side is going to force Nevera away. The operator in the last round, but had to really get out of there whilst he was put under that initial pressure. And Shockdart's trying to clear up this chamber utility. Does get that rendezvous, so they're going to catch that, but there is still a trademark there.
I have them.
G2 just slowed now. They don't mind taking the time. Just trying to get their way closer and closer to the site. Eventually they will get on towards it. You can see Team Liquid at the ready. They
found my trap.
Got a good telegraph that this might be coming in towards this B site. Soulcast looking to confirm that, but with this drone, it hasn't spotted any information. Finally gets info on one. Was never able to find Mixwell in that close position. So Nevera, if he goes too wide, he could get caught here. Toxic screen is going to go up, allowing G2 to move forward. 30 seconds left. Oh, tie cap, Nevera trying to get in to deny it. Spike will not go down. It's in the open. It's loose. It has to be recovered again here. This is getting rough for G2. 20 seconds left. Hole in that wall. And luckily, just about they get it through. Missed shot.
And Paranoia is going to connect onto 2 as well, so Yampi's allowed a bit more space. Lambot is good to sort of keep him at bay, but the dash has to come in. Scream's on the top of yellow.
He is indeed. Scream has to get a lot done here. He's so close to finding that second. He knows Avova is right there. He spotted him. Soulcast helping him out. Up he goes. The updraft is good, and Scream does it in style. What a 3K. And now Team Liquid reads 6 on the scoreboard.
And this is why it's nice to see Scream closing in that space, because G2, you could tell with their whole setup just trying to keep Liquid away as much as possible. But if Scream can close that distance, he can take those fights. More than happy to do it. Great observing as well from Singer and Zilf today.
Only Sylv.
And Liquid don't even need to like crunch in behind mid. They have so much control in mid that they can just wrap around. It's just a turret there that's watching. And now Liquid find a bit more utility in different positions. One way is going to make it harder to try and scale up. And it is an eco for G2, but they did dedicate a lot of rounds and picked up the last round with a very little buy. It's just based off what ultimates they have. Hunter's Fury, Resurrection. Buddy, I think, is like 1 and 8 at this point too. He's been really struggling, not only to get kills, but to even get the spike planted with that wall.
Well, they cross. Toxic Scream will keep them up for now. Mixwell very damaged on the way there. No, what the story was for us, Ryan, at the beginning of this was G2 like to go A. Now G2 like to go B. Just relentless at this B side attack now. Soulcast is dodging this like he's learned the moveset. Dodging out the Hunter's Fury. And now 35 seconds left. G2 look to encroach the site. But the numbers now for Team Liquid starting to make their way over here, and Soulcast finally gets a reward for his close spray downs. Nevera's come in. Soulcast goes out for more, but it's a couple of Sheriff shots. How the headhunter from Nevera closes.
Nevera with that operator just up on high ground, being able to sort of peek through, peek out. Yet again, they've not got a Viper's Pit to rely on. Be good to even just get that lockdown available on the side of G2 within the last 2. But Liquid changed it up quite a lot. Last round, it was just some one-way setup towards B. Now it's a little bit of a crossfire setup. Eldron is going to be used towards that B site. Meadow scaling, but not expecting Scream to be this close.
Oh, Team Liquid off to like flyer with Scream getting aggressive, finding that.
They're allowed to do that, though, because there's been no pressure from G2 in mid.
Yeah.
This is the furthest I think they've got.
Oh, Link prevents them from going any further. Now they got to use that res to get Meadow back up, and Hunter's Fury is being used up immediately. Oh, Meadow, is he long for the world? He will be able to stay up. And they continue their attack forward. Nevera, gets caught in a very difficult position to get out of with that operator. Ends up getting caught in an awkward spot, and that's given G2 2 kills. Wall is still good enough. And it's going to get Hoodie off with a panic at least, but for the time being, it's looking good for G2. Scream's decided to come over and try and cut these numbers down a little bit. He has done well to take out Mixwell.
From the shadows, used to teleport away, but it's cancelled. Does it give an audio cue? So maybe hoping to catch G2, trying to aggress and take more space. But no, they backed off. They have some post-plant utility, but not an awful lot. That's the last nanoswarm to go down.
Well, Link and Yampy, 2v3 right now. G2 holding the advantage of over to the headshot. Yampy swings out. He's alone in the world here. And G2 finally 5 until the rest, right? And even at that point,
Yampy.
Here goes Yampy. Spots the little cap, the little hat of Meadow poking up above the wall. Can't do much about it though.
2 ops.
Yep. Double op setup. Nevera and Yampy.
And they're both on A.
And none of them are jet.
Yeah.
Let's see if they're able to get...
I mean, especially with that, like, new yellow box over on B, just being able to boost up, even with a Phantom from that distance.
Yeah.
Could be good. Aldrin's going to be used to scout any information, gets nothing. So Liquid, they're going to be expecting this. It's just how these 2 operators do. They're pretty much lined up as well, watching various angles.
How is this going to go? You know, Liquid always bring us some interesting rounds, that's for sure, but let's see. Navarro's good for 1. Can quickly reposition. Yampy still available with a secondary ult, and he wants to go out for the left-sided swing wall that goes up as it has so many times for G2. They don't get the plant down, they will. Shock darts going in to just try and tickle some damage off of them, but it doesn't do significant damage at all. So held back, and into the open they go, and cross into the open at your own peril as Yampy finds a follow-up kill here for Team Liquid. Now they start to move in. Mixwell, very quick shot up onto Nevera. That's one of the ops gone, and now 4 versus 3. Mixwell gets aggressive again, a more advanced setup. His teammate's doing well. In fact, Nuke is taken down too. Yampy and Soulcast out of play, and it's weakened this retake again for Team Liquid. Mixwell's found another, and it's just Scream. He's in the smoke, he's in chaos, and Mixwell takes matters into his own hands to secure a 4th round for G2.
With Ivor, it's not like they're running double operators.
Take flight. Enemy tag.
Link throwing up the Viper's Pit. I think he sourced the problem over towards the A side of things. G2 have been figuring out how to get towards that plant spot time and time again. They've sent in the lockdown. Scream can actually play outside of the lockdown, they know that, so they sent the snake bite in at the perfect time and nearly tried to catch him. Scream...
Did he get detained there? I think he just did.
No. He
didn't.
Okay, he just got out. It looked like he walked back into it. Oh, but he's going to walk forward anyway. Finds the head of Avova. Wall is up right now. And they're going to try and wrap around. It's the exact same setup. This time a gap for Soulcast to play with. And that is Hoodie, the victim of the Spectre. Now an advantage for Team Liquid. They've been here before, though. They've had advantages in these situations, but somehow, some way, G2 always find their way back into it. It was Mixwell, the player that did it in the last, but now it's Meadow that has to clutch it out, and he's so damn close. But Yampy is just a stretch too far, just an extra player that gets Team Liquid their 8th round in this first half.
Team Ace.
It could be a pivotal round, right? Liquid clearly put a lot of stock into it to call a timeout.
And we'll see if they have any spicy plays for us in this pistol. Team Liquid about to walk into 4 players on the Zay side. G2 have the read here. Let's see if this is going to be enough to hold off the Team Liquid attack. Starting to go their way through. No openings yet found until that point. Hoodie does claim the head of Scream. So Team Liquid down a player, significant player at that. And now they have to try and cut their way through the remaining forces in the site. Yampy dives into the smoke, and that's going to cost him. Yuki to the headshot, and now a minute left. They're starting to run away back over to this B side. There's currently a player here, though, and that is Avova. That's the only player here, so if they can take him down quickly, might be able to get into the site before this rotation really there, but that early information picked up for Avova should be enough.
Yeah, classic armor. Scream died with a sheriff as well. I don't know if Hoodie's picked it up, but he's got one handy. It's just classics on the side of Liquid to make this work. Even planting the spike at this point could be interesting. But Link's actually maybe beating the timing here. Is Avova going to expect him on this corner?
Well, a plant at least for Team Liquid. And yes, that new corner right now that they're playing, they've got to clear that. They've got to check it. Link will be cleared out. Novera also hits the deck, so it's all onto Soulcast, so 1 versus 5. I think the best thing Team Liquid are going to get in this round is the spike plant, maybe even a kill on the way out here for Soulcast, but he's had to let that one tick on by, and not even a kill will come through that. So
basically at the end of the toxic screen for Team Liquid over on that B site, right in that corner. But if G2 are going to play that close and that tight of a play to stop the spike going in, it's going to be a challenge. You could already see that G2 is trying to lean into that as much as possible, fighting for the site, not willing to get sectioned off for it. And Scream now having another sheriff. See if we can do a little bit better than the last round.
Poison's off.
No charges. Shadows traveling.
Starting to make their way up. Team Liquid just trying to see if there is an opening, if they can force a gap to get into the side here. Vova is held for Navarro, who's come through right into his crosshair. That's a good kill to find here early. Nuka getting involved. Oh, they blind out, but Vova will happily take those three.
Down A.
And now just Link. Pin back with a classic Meadow hunts him down. No mercy given.
I think just the tempo and the speed that the game's played at. I don't think we've really seen enough of Icebox at the pro level on the new patch to
Spike down
make too much of a gauge, and I guess. But you got the chamber utility trademark placed with the rendezvous over towards B. And also that alarm bot gets put in mid. I don't know if Meadow's about to do it now, but yeah, this is a smoke that gets put into mid from Yampy. He's going to look through kitchen. Meadow's happy to put the alarm bot right in the center of it. G2 have a lot of information on what Liquid want to do, just off of the Sentinel utility alone.
Drones going out. Slower pace round this time. Oh, Yampy. Not a position you envy him. Oh, here goes Nukia, about to walk through the tube, and Yampy could not have been caught in a worse position. Nukia was hunting him down the moment Yampy destroyed a little trap up towards the top of the tube at the start of the round, so does get hunted down immediately. Now the advantage with G2. Hoodie's about to swing out. Scream has taken down his teammate. Now they know where Hoodie is. This could be a problem for Hoodie. He could be split from two sides. He has to rely on his teammate, and that's exactly what's going to work out. Nukia's come in with 3 on the Sheriff, and now suddenly a 2v2 established. G2 with weaker guns. They're doing a lot of damage to Team Liquid right now, and he might even be able to pull this one off.
Oh, Vova, that's such an important kill to get. Even just the timing of putting a toxic screen up just as Link was about to sneak on through. Now Navarro, if he goes out the right side of Maze, he's running into a nanoswarm, could get vulnerable as well. Just going to go in. Vova's on the angle, uses that vulnerability perfectly.